is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
The man, the myth, the legend. Yup, that's him.
Oh, sugar ducky quack quack.
Just black.
Hey, yo, what it do, what it do? Welcome to the Cheat True Podcast with your boy Justin or Jay Will, whatever you want to call me on this Friday afternoon. Hope you can hear me real well through your speakers, through your headphones, through your $200 AirPods, through your 415s, your 612s, your 6x9s, your 6x9 with the snap. Wherever you may be listening to this from, I appreciate you for dropping in, checking in on your boy. Because as always, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with me. So for that, I thank you. And if I was in front of you right now, I'd probably give you a high five or something. So, hope everybody's ready for your weekend. Hey, we got a long weekend, right? Memorial Day is coming up. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly forgot about Memorial Day. It wasn't until my coworker mentioned something about it on Wednesday. He mentioned something about it on Wednesday, and I was like, what? Next week? Next Monday? He's like, yeah, next Monday's Memorial Day. And I was just so thrown off because I forgot all about it. I didn't realize that Memorial Day was next week. So I guess that's just a testament to either how hard I'm working or how old I'm getting, because I'm losing track of time, y'all. Losing track of time. Probably a little bit of both. Not gonna lie. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good weekend and all that. Hope you prepared. I don't know. I guess it probably isn't a lot of things to do. Not a lot of things open to go sit down and have a good time at, I guess. But you can have a barbecue, have a good time with your family. Whatever you may decide to do. Drink some beers, throw back a few of them, and have some fun and enjoy time with your family, man. But before you do that, you got to listen to me on this Friday, man. So let's just hop right into it, man. Let's just hop right into it. So this past weekend, I managed to find myself inside of Chipotle. Now, I hadn't been to Chipotle in a minute, probably like a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. And I don't really do the fast food thing too much, but Saturdays are my cheat days. So I may indulge in something that's a little higher in sodium, a little higher in saturated fat, a little greasy maybe, and just overall not good for you. And on that day, I decided to go to Chipotle. Last Saturday. So I pull up, hop out, and there's a line. So I'm not surprised, right? Given the whole COVID-19 thing and social distancing, I understand that this is just the world that we live in. It's going to be like this for a while. It's the new normal. People are going to walk around with masks. You may have to wait a little longer to get inside certain buildings. They may have an occupancy limit or something. I get it. So I wasn't tripping. Okay. And there were only 2 customers currently in the line that was outside. Now, there were 2 customers in front of me outside, okay, waiting outside like I was. And then there were 3 customers inside of the building. Now, I want you guys to hold on to that number. There were 3 of them inside of the building currently. So 3 inside, 3 customers inside, and 3 customers outside, I guess, including me. So I waited probably like a minute or 2. Wasn't that long. I'd probably say about 2.5 minutes, I guess, something like that. And 2 people come out. All right, so 2 people come out. Well, what do you guys think happened? 2 people walked in. The 2 people ahead of me walked in. And probably not too long after that, probably like, I don't know, 10 seconds later, 15 seconds, another customer comes out. So that 3rd customer that was in there already walked out. And guess what I did? I walked into the building because there were 3 people in the building at first and 3 people came out. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm the 3rd person waiting in line. I'm just gonna walk up in there. And I was probably in there for all of I don't know, 10 seconds. And the cashier comes over to talk to me. And she's like, "Oh, excuse me, sir. We're only allowing 2 people inside of the building at a time. So can you go outside? Can you just wait outside?" And y'all should have saw the look on my face. And I was just like, well, there were 3 people in here at first. So what the hell is she talking about? And I didn't say that. I pretty much just was like, well, there were 3 people ahead of me. So 3 people came out. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be the 3rd person. So the 3 people who were outside replaced the 3 people who were inside. So what the hell was she talking about? Now, I didn't really put up a fight. I didn't make a big scene, anything like that. I wasn't trying to curse nobody out at no fast food restaurant, nothing like that. I just went outside, and I was outside for probably all like 10, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. And went back in, ordered my food, and I guess all is well with the world. I didn't really worry about it. I didn't really harp on it too much, I guess. Well, maybe I am harping on it because I'm talking about it now. But I mean, I didn't take it personal, I guess. But I was kind of, no, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of pissed off in the back of my mind because I'm just thinking to myself, well, how all of a sudden the policy matters? Like, I'm not about to sit up here and say that the lady was lying, that the young lady was lying or whatnot. Now the funny thing is they had a sign outside on the outside of the door, and I'm guessing that sign had some details as to how they were doing things and what the occupancy limit was or whatnot, but I didn't read it. Okay, I didn't bother to go up there and read it. For one, I didn't feel like going up there to read it. It was kind of small. I mean, I guess they went in Microsoft Word and just chose the smallest font that they could find. But I was basing it off of how many people were in the building. So I'm like, well, however many people are in the building, that's how many people they're allowing in. And there were 3 customers inside of the building. And I was keying off that. But apparently I was wrong for doing that because the young lady told me to wait outside because they were only letting 2 people in. But it's like, man, if this thing is really that serious, okay, if this COVID-19 pandemic is really that serious, if you're really that anal about your policy, and if you really want to enforce it, and if it's strict policy, why in the hell did you let 3 people in there at first? Why was that? I don't know. I don't know whether they decided to let 3 people, because it looked like there was a couple in there. So I don't know, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. Then there was a separate dude or lady. I can't remember the gender. I don't know whether they counted that couple as one. That would be stupid, if you ask me. But maybe they did that. Maybe they decided to let 3 slide for the moment, which is not unusual, I guess. I mean, we see that in a lot of places. I mean, you even see it in things like law enforcement. They let things slide sometimes. Maybe you were going 70 and a 60, they pull you over, and they're like, we're going to let you slide this time. We're not going to write you. I'm not going to give you a ticket, but if I see you out here doing donuts and thinking you in the Fast and the Furious, we're going to give you a ticket, and you're going to have to go to court for it. You're going to have to pay the fine. So I get that. But y'all already know, as a black man, what popped up into my head. I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh, okay. So all of a sudden, you know, this big dark black man coming here. All of a sudden, it's a problem having 3 people in there. All of a sudden, 3 people in there is a problem. But you ain't have a problem with the first 3 people. And I'm not even gonna lie. I know the couple was white. I know they were right. I can't remember that 3rd person. I can't remember whether he or she was black or white. But regardless, y'all know what crossed through my mind. I'm like, well, why all of a sudden it's a problem to have 3 people in there? So at the end of the day, it's their policy, I guess. I don't know. I'm not finna sit up here and say that Chipotle is racist. I'm not finna sit up here and say that I've never had a problem with that Chipotle. I will go back to that Chipotle. I've always gotten good food, good service. I've never felt any type of way towards that Chipotle that I go to or anything like that. But it was just a weird situation. And I'm pretty sure as this coronavirus pandemic goes on, as social distancing goes on, as face mask requirements goes on, I'm finna get into that in a minute. You're gonna end up in situations like this. I mean, maybe I've thought about a few scenarios as to why that was, man. But question I want to ask you guys, man, to anybody that's listening to this, I want you to comment, leave a comment. If you actually listen to this and you listen to that little story and you listen to me explain it so horribly, thanks for sitting through that. But I want you to answer me this question, man. Do you think that that situation had anything to do with race? Do you think that if I was a white person, they would have said anything to me? Just answer that question. Do you think if I was white, they would have said anything to me? Do you think that, because I saw the manager when he talked to the cashier or whatever, I guess he put the battery in her back, you know what I'm saying, to come talk to me, and she came over. So just answer me that question. If I was white, do you think that she would have come over to talk to me? Do you think that the three, I guess, customer limit would have applied if I were white? Answer that for me in the comments, man. I appreciate it. Now, sticking with the whole social distancing theme here, let's get into these face masks. So I actually predicted that we would start to see more stories like the tragic one that we saw in Michigan, where this guy unfortunately had his life taken because he told his family or told somebody in the family that they could not come inside of the store unless they had a face mask. So we are seeing these stories pop up all over the country, seeing more and more every day. I mean, I saw a story where this guy, I guess he was a Grubhub driver or Uber Eats or DoorDash, one of those companies, and he ended up at this restaurant picking up some food or whatnot, and the people inside were giving him a hard time because he didn't have a face mask. So what did he proceed to do? Well, he proceeded to run somebody over. Proceeded to run somebody over. And it all stemmed from that. I saw a story in Colorado where this guy went to the Waffle House and he tried to order some food. Cook was like, nah, man, you got to have a face mask. So what he proceeded to do, the guy who was trying to order the food, he came back later on that night and he had a mask. Now, this is the funny thing. He had the mask, but he didn't have it on. So I guess he was just walking with the mask, carrying it in one hand or whatnot, thinking that would suffice. I guess he just didn't want to put it on for some reason. And once again, the cook turned him away. And after that, the guy put a gun on the counter and was like, you know, I could blow your brains out. And so one thing led to another, I guess, and he slapped the guy, slapped the cook, and shot him. And now he has an attempted murder charge. So these stories are popping up everywhere, unfortunately. And the thing is, I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand. That's a weird story right there. Like, why would you do all of that, go get a mask, and then not put it on? I don't get that. Like, how hard would it have been to just put the mask on? But you see what it is. I said this before. People don't want you to tell them what to do. I guarantee you in that specific situation right there, what happened was he felt disrespected. He felt like somebody was bossing him around, and he felt like, ain't nobody finna tell me what to do. Dude, I will smoke you. And that's what he tried to do. He tried to kill him. Shot him. And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, man, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it, dog? I mean, just put the mask on. I don't care how mad I get. I don't care how, less of a man I guess I feel, because I think I was reading an article somewhere where they did kind of like a deep dive into why men specifically don't want to wear a face mask. And it has a lot to do with just being masculine and just being a man. You feel like a lot of dudes feel like they're less of a man if they wear the face mask, and they feel some type of way. And they feel some type of way if somebody tells them to wear it. They feel like they're being bossed around. They feel like somebody's trying to one up them, like somebody's trying to be their boss, and they don't want that. So unfortunately, these stores are going to continue, and I really just don't get why people are going to such extremes just because somebody's asking them to wear a face mask. At least the stores, right? I mean, I can kind of see if somebody took some offense to, if you're just walking down the street and you don't have a face mask on and somebody decides to stop you and lecture you on why you need to have a face, well then, okay, well no, dude, get out of my face. Go kick rocks, take a hike, whatever. But if the store that you want to go in has certain rules and regulations, well then you're going to have to follow those rules and regulations. Or you're just going to have to go to another store that won't enforce a face mask. They won't force you to wear a face mask. It's really simple. I don't care how mad I get. I'm not about to risk 25 years to life just because I'm mad at somebody for telling me to wear a face mask. It's really not that serious. Just wear the mask. A lot of people just can't deal with reality. They can't deal with the reality of the situation. They can't deal with the reality of coronavirus. They can't deal with the reality of the times that we're in. They just can't. They can't deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. I mean, but this is just reality, y'all. We are going to have to walk into stores with face masks. We are going to have to social distance from one another. Restaurants will not be the same anytime soon. Theme parks. I mean, I read that Six Flags now, at least the Six Flags up here, when they open back up, you're going to have to make a reservation. You're going to have to make an appointment. This is going to be the new normal for a while. Trust me, y'all, it ain't worth first degree murder. It ain't worth first degree assault. It's not worth first degree attempted murder. It's not worth any of that crap. It's not worth it at all. And then I saw another story where some lady at a 7-Eleven told this guy that he needed to wear a face mask coming to the store. And then the guy threw coffee on her. Y'all. Hot coffee. And not only did he do that, he decided to leave and then come back and proceeded to just stump her out. I mean, how crazy is that? For somebody to throw hot coffee on this lady working at this 7-Eleven and then left and came back and beat the lady up. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to die for my company. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these people are not trying to die for their companies either. Which I guess is not their company, but just the companies that they work for. I'm not trying to die for the company that I work for. I'm not trying to die for this economy. If I wanted to die for this economy, I would have went to the military. I'm not trying to do that. So I just wonder if this is going to end up flipping a little bit, because we finna start seeing some stuff. Like, I'm gonna make another prediction here. Okay, Nostradamus J. Will. Okay, that's who I am right now. We are about to start seeing stories where the security guards, where the clerks, where the loss prevention, the door greeters, whatever, they are going to start fighting back. All right. You may end up seeing some customers shot. May end up seeing some customers get stabbed. May end up seeing some customers get tased. You may just end up seeing some customers get punched out, because this is getting out of hand, man. I mean, you are really taking a risk telling somebody that they need to wear a face mask. And at the end of the day, You just have their best interests and your best interests, right? It's to protect everybody. And you got a job to do. So if your job is to make sure that people who come into the restaurant or people who come into the store have face masks on, that's just what you got to do. But at the same time, I'm not trying to die for Target. I'm not trying to die for Walmart. I'm not trying to get stumped out for Walmart. I'm not trying to get stumped out for Target. Are you crazy? Shoot, for all I care, they can walk in there naked. And I ain't seen nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with me. It's beyond me now. I mean, for real, man. People are crazy, y'all. People are crazy. They are flat out crazy. I'm telling you, like, I don't even like honking at people, especially up here, because they'll pull a pistol out and before you know it, you in Grand Theft Auto. I don't even like doing that. Lord knows I ain't trying to press nobody over no face mask. I'm not trying to press nobody over that. You do what you want to do, partner. It's a free country. Don't let me stop you. But I'm telling y'all, what's finna happen. You finna see these store clerks fighting back. You finna see these greeters fighting back. You finna see these security guards fighting back. You are about to see it. I'm telling you. It's going to be a all-out war between customers and customer service. And another thing that I noticed in these stores too, I ain't seen a manager get punched yet. I ain't seen a manager get shot yet. They must be staying out the way. They got to be staying out the way. I ain't seen one story yet where they mentioned a manager getting punched, getting stomped out, getting beat up, getting shot. Hadn't seen that yet. Not wishing it on anybody. I'm just saying. I ain't seen one yet. So I'll leave you guys with this. I want you to tell me in the comments, would you press somebody over not wearing a face mask? So if you were in the store, if you were at work and they didn't have a face mask on and you had a face mask, would you talk to them and suggest that they wear a face mask? Would you ask them why they're not wearing a face mask? Would you press them a little bit? And press them doesn't necessarily mean you take out a pistol and put it to their head and say, dude, put this face mask on. I'm not talking about that type of press. I'm just saying, would you say anything to them about them not wearing a face mask? Let's put it like that. So drop a comment, leave a comment below. Let me know what's up, man. And hope you have a good weekend. Hope you have a good Memorial Day. Be safe out there. And I will talk to you next week. As always, follow the social media handles in the description, the YouTube page, Facebook page, Instagram page, Twitter page, all that, man. And as always, count your blessings, not your problems. And I will talk to you next week. Peace.